Welcome to another edition of Vintage Drum Restoration and Percussion Repair. Yes, you heard that right. Today we've got a little bit different project. I've got what looks to be probably about a 70s, 80s model Musser. And these are the Chimes. These have the 1 1/4 tubes on them, so this is not the top of the line, but you know, Musser doesn't really make any junk. But these were obviously a school model and lived a hard life. So we're going to try to, first of all, take these wires out of here and replace all of those. Take each one of them off and clean this thing. I'll touch up some of the paint and just give it a general once over, make the wheels work properly, and check for any cracked tubes. I understand that's what can go wrong with these. Anyway, this is a model 635. So I dug out a few catalogs, like I do. And I've got this catalog here from 1975. And here are these Chimes. Now they had the high-end ones, and these would have been the chrome-plated ones, way higher end than this set. And then they made these in 1 1/4 inch tubes and 1 1/2 inch tubes. This is the 1 1/4 inch tube, so kind of the lower end. And I've got this other catalog here from I don't know, probably a little later. And they've got the symphonic chimes here. And this is the model 20 notes, 1 1/2 inch, 1 1/2 octaves, C to G5. Let's check that. We've got here C to G. Yeah, okay. And it's 108 pounds. These things aren't light, man. 1 1/4 inch tubes, brass finish. And here's the specs on these things, if you care to read it. So obviously they had these tubes, even with the black bar going across here. So that's what we're going to try to get that even. And straighten out this rod here on this thing. It's a little bit bent. So all right, let's get started. I've taken all these bars off, or the chimes off, and I've got all the white notes laid over here and the black notes here. I haven't seen any cracks in any of them. I've inspected every one of them. No cracks. That's a good thing. Let's see. I've cut off all the wires that hang them on there. And now I'm just going to take all these rails off of here and get this down to just pieces. And then that way I can inspect every piece, clean it, If it needs a little bit of touch up, we'll do that. I don't know about this gold. I don't know if I'm going to touch any of that up. I might. I'd almost rather just leave it. But we'll see. And then we'll get these wheels working right. It's getting very hot in here. It's going to be 116 here in Phoenix today, so I think I'm going to lay off and we'll catch you tomorrow. As you can see, I've decided to go ahead and just take this whole thing apart because it's just easier to work on each piece. So I've gone ahead and taken these top pieces off, and we've got all the other pieces over there, so we'll just keep working here. Okay, so I've completely disassembled this frame, and as you can see, I've sanded and painted all the parts. It's not the exact finish, but it looks a lot better, and that's the idea. Plus I want to make sure everything's operational. So it's getting a little warm today. I'll bring it back in a little bit when we're reinstalling everything. I started reassembling this frame, and when I push down on the pedal, you can see this bar here is moving back because these parts here are on it, and that kind of brings these bars here forward and backward to dampen the chimes. Now on this one here, you can see it's missing the little metal attachments on two places. I think I'm going to have to remake these, or make some. I shouldn't say remake them, or maybe they're here. I'm not sure. Maybe they're unscrewed. I'm going to have to take this apart again. So I've taken this apart, and you know, this, I turned this over, and so like I said, these three on this side are connected. What I'll do is I'll oil these, and I'll tighten them all up real good. But these three, look, I see this one here is in place, and I suppose it's supposed to be cut off like that so it doesn't get in the way of this one here, because this one's the same way, it's cut off. So what I'll do is I'll oil all these, I'll clean everything all up good, and I see this one here is stuck inside here. So there it is. So easy fix, but I couldn't have got it working without figuring this stuff out. So never really worked on one of these before. So we're all learning something. Oh, and as you can see, there's these little spacers in here to take up any slack. So I guess I'll have to make one of those for this one because this one's not there. Okay. So now when I push the pedal down, now the resonators will dampen, as you can see. Let's see, is this other side right? Might have to do something to this one. Okay, so I've started to assemble this. I've got all the frame put back together, and I've started to hang some of the chimes back in there, and I'm having to cut all new wire cables and crimp them, and you know, they have to be level across the top here, and the notes have to be out, facing out. So I'll just give you an idea of, oh, and I've gotten this pedal working good. So the pedal's down right now, Then when I bring it up, it, you know, dampens them. So I've got that ready. And what I've done is to the end, to this line here is 8.5 inches. So I just put this out here. Then I just, I've got these really quality cutters. Put them on here and cut them off. So I've got 8.5 inches here from the end to the line. Exactly. Then you use one of these crimpers. These crimping, well, a crimp. And I've got the next chime here. And I just fish it through the hole to the other side. And I bring it around here like this. Fish it through here, and then this one through here, and I give it about, whoops, wrong way. Okay, so we want it like that, and I want about a 1/2 inch sticking off each side of this. I'm just eyeballing it. It's pretty close. It's not rocket science, but pretty close to a 1/2 inch hanging off each side of this. I guess you'd call it a ferrule, maybe. So then I get these dikes here again, and because I don't have the proper crimping tool, I put a line in there on one side and a line on the other. And then I go around this other side and I finish that. I don't want to cut through it. I just want to give it a good, as you can see, a good crimp job. Then we'll bring it back through here, and got to make sure your identification of what chime is facing towards the player. And I just hope you can see this. I don't know if you can see it. Well, just a second here. Maybe that's better. Okay. And I'll just push the pedal down here. Bring it on around here, and you've got to get these wires through all these things here, and sorry, I can't show you all that because I don't have anyone to hold the camera, but as you can see, they're pretty much flat across here with the bar here. So then I just keep going, and I've got, these are all the accidentals notes, so I'll just keep going here. Well, we've got this set of orchestra chimes all completed, and looking pretty good, much better than it was. So maybe this will help somebody in the future if they're working on theirs, know a little bit about what's going on. Best to take them all completely apart. I oiled everything and made sure all the threads were good. Cleaned everything, painted everything, you know. Did a really good job on them, so. Thanks for visiting with me at the Vintage Drum Restoration Garage, and have a great day.